This video is over topic 23, numbers 3 and 4. So this is creating a standardized graph. So you'll be given a graph and you're going to take that graph and not create an entirely new different graph. It is on a separate graph, a separate grid, but you want to produce something that still looks like this. Not this part. This part is insignificant. But the curve and the shading and where the shading is relative to the curve, that is the graph that you want to reproduce on this new scale. So what the new graph does is it is using the z-score. So it is standardizing. So the center here, this is the mean. This is the mean. Those are matching up. I need this to be shaded, something like this. So somewhere, I can even see like this is, how far vertically, it's about half. So I'm going to be somewhere in here, right? So I'm going to have a vertical line somewhere. It's not going to be way over here. It's not going to be over here. Okay. How do I figure out, though, exactly where that vertical line is going to go? I can use a z-score or a little bit of information. I need to know the standard deviation. We're told that here. So standard deviation of 2. The way I like to do this is I look at that center. So here and here, I look at how far apart those are. So how far from the center to the line is 2 units, from 2 to 4. 2. How many standard deviations is that? Well, we have here standard deviation. 1 standard deviation is 2 units. So this is 1 standard deviation. So number of standard deviations is the z-score. So I'm going to z equals 1. Now you can also use the z-score formula. So z-score is the data value. So that's the 4 minus the mean, 2, divided by the standard deviation, 2. 4 minus 2 is 2, divided by 2 is 1. So that is where my line is going to go here at 1. So you're going to click to place the line, and you're going to click anywhere on this side of the line to shade. There'll be 2 different tools. Should be pretty straightforward. But again, looking at, if I just roughly say, I want a graph that looks like this. That's what you're producing. So another example, again, we have standard deviation of 2. That's important to know. And now I have this area. So again, if I say roughly what I want is a graph that looks like this. So if I have a graph that looks like this, or a graph that looks like this, anything other than a little section to the right of the middle, shaded between 2 lines, that's what I need to have. Again, this is not significant. This is the middle. This is the middle. I need to just say, how many standard deviations is this? A standard deviation is 2. And this from -3, this would be -2, -1, that's 2. This is 1 unit, 1 unit. 2 units is 1 standard deviation. So this first line is at 1. The z-score, if you use that calculation, you have to deal with negative numbers. So it's -1 minus the mean of -3 divided by the standard deviation of 2. That's -1 plus 3 over 2, which is 2 over 2, which is 1. Then this next line, I look at it and say, well, that's 1 more unit. If 2 units is 1 standard deviation, then 1 unit is 1/2 standard deviation. So I go another half standard deviation here. So from 1 halfway to 2 is this next line. So I'm trying to draw my things. I have too many things. Again, you could use the z-score formula for this. This would be z equals 0 minus -3 divided by 2. That becomes positive 3 over 2, which is 1.5. So that's here. And then shade between those. It makes it kind of taller and narrower than the original graph, but again, the essence of the graph is the same.